Okay, today we have a very special program. We're not going to have a speaker here, but what we're going to do is we're going to recognize some individuals who've been really a tremendous value to us. We had a duck dash this year on June 6th, and it again was one of the most successful events that we put on. The weather was outstanding, Mother Nature cooperated, and attendance was excellent. I think we had somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 youngsters and families join us. We sold 12,000 tickets. We sold out for the first time in 25 years. So we did a really good job. And the nice thing about the duck dash, besides the money that we generate from it, is it continues to be, I think, and we've even heard this, one of the top 3 events that are most recognizable and appreciated that occur in Thurston County. So that's really special. We're giving back this major gift to the community. That's for the families of many of our residents. Okay, the Duck Dash isn't a success just on its own. It just takes, as most of you know, all of you know, a heck of a lot of hard work. And it takes a team effort by everybody, all 100 plus members of this organization. But another key ingredient that is really important to us having a successful event is the number of sponsors. Sponsors that help us generate funds so we can gift it back to the community and cover a number of our requirements. This year, the slide's floating through, and you see this year we had 80 individuals, businesses, or local organizations sponsor the Duck Dash. I'm not sure if that's a record, but we used all the paper we had on the tickets and on the posters. There's a poster here, so that was absolutely outstanding. And again, because of the generosity of all of these individuals, then we are able to make major gifts back to the community in terms of special projects. We do gifts to local service organizations and to needy families and needy children. Of the 80 sponsors, 44 were from this club. And I think all of you know we've said thank you multiple times for your contribution as individual members. You not only sell tickets, you step up to the plate, and you give gifts in terms of cash or in-kind or discounted services or prizes, and that we really appreciate that today. One of the things we don't have the opportunity very often to do, we send out letters of thank you to everybody, to all 80. We've done it twice. But we don't have an opportunity sometimes to meet face-to-face and meet those individuals who are non-Rotary sponsors of the Duck Dash. We thought, hey, this would be a really nice thing to do because it's so important to us and so critical to the success of our club and to the Duck Dash. So we reached out and we've invited several members of those sponsors. Those that were in the silver and above category, there's a number of them that's rotating here. So we've invited those silver, gold, platinum, diamond. And they are, a number of them are with us today. And with that, I'd like to invite Burl, if you wouldn't mind coming up here, grabbing the portable mic that needs to be turned on. And what we're going to do is have Burl wander through the audience, and we're going to have those guests that are sponsors introduce themselves. These are non-Rotarian sponsors. So wherever you'd like to start, maybe this table right here would be good.
That's a great idea. Here we go. Mike, stand and tell us
who you are.
Who
you
you
are.
are.
He's a Rotarian. No. He's a visiting Rotarian.
Okay.
So we got Heath over here.
Yeah.
Heath Howard.
Here we go.
He's actually my guest today.
There you go.
Heath Howard with Sunrise Landscape and Trade. And I'd love to stay for the rest of the meeting, but I have to go. We're going to get to a job site.
Very good money.
Thanks for coming. Everybody else, Larry, you want to come? Let's go right on back here. Here we go. Amy?
I'm Amy Head with SCJ Alliance. I'm here for Parachet, who's supposed to come. But I go to Duck Dash every year, so it's great to know that we sponsor.
Super.
Good. Let's go right back here.
John Sattercher with the Lucky Eagle.
Hi, I'm Tamara Marlowe, also with the Lucky Eagle.
Thank you very much. The Lucky Eagle provides also, in addition to other things we do, the bus, what do we call the little thing? The little transport shuttle bus. And that is just absolutely critical, because we pucker up a lot and we don't know if it's going to be there. There you go.
Jerry Ware with Olympic Ambulance, and we're part of the community. We're straight across the street, and we're glad to help.
We're next. You bet. I'm Eddie Lewis. I'm with LeMay, and it's always a pleasure to help.
We'd be in a mess without you picking up our mess.
I'm Paulette Ranko with Twin Star Credit Union, and we've been providing sponsorship for several years. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Go ahead and let Kim. Kim's an honorary member of our club, but Kim and his group, Trout Unlimited, do a lot. So Kim, introduce yourself, even though I just did.
Thank you.
Again.
Kim Malcolm from Child Unlimited and Riverman Guide Service, and I've been doing the finish line with Mike Marone's help for the last 25 years. So we collect the winners. Woohoo!
You know, and I'm going to take a minute here. Matt couldn't bring his boss, but they donated and was a great part of the donation. So thanks for your donation.
Matt, do you want to tell us who that would be?
My boss is Richard Piper with Kimberlin Bank.
Yes, you got the bank right. There you go. And thanks very much. Please extend our appreciation.
Okay. Let's go to Grace here. Oh, well, no, this is special recognition.
Hi, my name is Grace Kendall, and I own the Fast Signs on Lacey Boulevard. I want to say to you guys that this club does a great job of saying thank you to their sponsors for their events. I've been a Rotarian now for about 10 years, and I will tell you that was one of the biggest things that I felt like is so important, is to tell our sponsors how very proud and thankful and how blessed we are to have them. So I've been doing this here a few years now, a couple, 2, 3, 4 years. Anyway, it's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Grace with Fast Signs puts all the ducks in a row at my Mustang. Ruth, stand up. Ruth Lewis.
This is so hard. Johnny loved this club, and I found some old pictures, and I put them on a board, and I think you took them, Craig.
They're at the back table.
Yeah, and a lot of our guys aren't here now, but they were doing the can-can, and you were there, Doc. But it is very special, and the fact that you gave him a special stage thrilled me to pieces. He was a very special man, one of a kind. He never intended to be funny, but he was really funny. Thank you.
Thank you. Johnny was just an outstanding individual. We really miss him a lot. And Ruthie is here representing Music 6000. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Kevin?
Kevin Stormins. We have a celebrations party and event rental and Ralston Baby Thriftway and Baby Catering.
Appreciate you being here.
We wouldn't, you know, the weather was so great. We needed it for the sunshine this year. But all the tents that you always so kindly generosity is great. Thank you. This table.
We're recipients.
Okay. Let's go over the, no, mine. Let's move on back here. Okay.
Earl, you might want to mention that Starman's provides 2 outlets for us to sell products.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Bayview downtown, Ralph Thriftway, and celebrations. That's, and Tumwater rent. I can go on. This gentleman is wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, nobody here? Okay.
Well, that's Stevie Ryan.
Just one.
Say this was very important to Rod. Thank you.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you for being here. We love Rod, too. And then Perry, why don't we give it to Perry, because Perry's no longer in this club because he transferred to Ben Bridge up north. But we're glad to have you here today, Perry.
Thank you very much.
Very our pleasure also. Thank you. Perry has coordinated an outlet sales at the Capitol Mall in the past, and he's always, Ben Bridge has always gifted a prize for our Duck Dash. Anybody else? I know, Dave, you were expecting somebody here from Kohl's, but I know there are a number of other sponsors. Kohl's is significant with their contribution of just not just cash, but also the people that come help with the Duck Dash numbering and denumbering. So thank you. Anybody else want to call out somebody that we didn't discuss here? Ken?
I'd just like to mention Fred Meyer, who did a lot for the bicycle donations.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, one of the things we do at the Duck Dash, for those of you who may not know, is we gift somewhere between 16 and 20 bikes to kids. We have a drawing there and a lot of needy kids that can use a bike and just bright-eyed as can be when they win. So it's a fun part of the event. Anyone else?
I think Mike Marone deserves appreciation because he arranges for sponsorships from some very heavyweight sponsors in our community.
Yes. And then the same with, I'll do it with Ken Fielkowski, Edward Jones, major donation from them, as well as Ken coordinates with Stan Hill, who lives in Montana, and he is kind of the trustee over the Hill Betty, or the Bruno Betty Foundation, or trust. And Bruno and Evelyn Betty, you may know, were pioneers in this community. They moved here in 1949, bought 1,200 acres or so out in the Hawkesbury area, and provide a significant number of buildings that were incubator spots for businesses. So they are our top diamond sponsor, and Ken, thank you very much for coordinating with Stan. In fact, I called Stan, he couldn't be here today, and he was really appreciative of the fact that we're doing this. So thank you. Anybody else? Okay. If I overlooked anybody, I sincerely apologize. Right now, what I'd like to do is call Kathy Houston up, and she's going to talk a little bit about where this money goes. And then she's going to turn it over to Sherwin, and then we're going to do a little gifting, I think.
Thank you. This kind of completes the circle. All the investment and the help from all the sponsors, the work that all the members put into Duck Dash, the community involvement, great community event. And one of the things we do, one of the main reasons for having the event is to raise money so we can support the needs in our community and even other places internationally. But most of our giving charitable program is done in 4 different areas. We support the youth programs, particularly these youth exchange programs. And last year we were very fortunate to have a wonderful exchange student really help to broaden all of our perspectives. And so that's one area in which our Duck Dash funds help to help the community. Another area is vocational service. We give vocational scholarships each year, and international service is another area. And one of the things with our international service is that most of the international projects we're involved in are projects where we have a connection wherever it is that the service is being done. There's some kind of a Rotary connection. So we know that who we're working with, and we know what's going to be happening with those funds. But the bulk of the money that we raise is spent right here in our community for a variety of programs. One of the projects that it's our hands-on projects that we do, and if you want to learn more about it, talk to Alan Johnson about it, but the overlooks the work that we've done on the Chehalis Western Trail. And some of the money from the Duck Dash helps to support that with the purchase of the supplies. But the two biggest areas in our giving are educational needs and then community needs. We have a small amount then that is also available for some small emerging needs. But today we're going to learn about what has been going on with educational needs and community needs and how the Duck Dash money is helping our community. So I'm first going to ask Courtney Shreve to come up. Courtney chairs the Educational Needs Committee.
Thank you, Kathy. It's my honor today when Kathy asked to let's bring back some of the groups that we give money to talk about what they do with that money. I was very grateful in the first week of school, and then this last few days that all 4 of them were able to be here today, so thank you. I realize it was kind of last minute, but we're glad you're here. So I'm going to have the groups come up and give a very quick thank you and just an overview of what our 4 recipients this year have done. We had over 10 applicants this year, which is, we've never had that many, and it was only for $2,000. So we did request more from Rotary, and we'll see if they grant that, because there is a real need out there for a diverse group of educational groups, from adult education to children to schools to reading. We've done a lot around literacy. So I also want to recognize Ken, and these are the members of our committee, and if you want to join the committee, let me know. Ken Polkowski, Ray, where's Ray? I think he's here today. Ray Hardy, did he leave? Patrick, Julie, Shalika, and Mary. So thank you guys for helping evaluate those. Give them a round of applause. And also thanks to Kathy for helping us answer some questions, and Diane back there who writes the checks. All right, so first I would like to invite Eric Uto, and I hope I say your last name right, Galarno, come up from St. Mark Lutheran Church. And here's $500 for your program. You are welcome. Yeah, just say your prayers and tell them what thing this is.
So thank you very much for this $500. So the program that we're starting is called Clean Kids, and the idea was we have a lot of different things we do in partnership with the school across the street. We're St. Mark on College Street, and Mountain View Elementary is across from us, so we started partnering and doing things with them. And we met and talked with Brenda, who's one of the homeless advocates in the school district, and asked what are some needs for homeless kids. And it turned out the #1 need, other than housing, is laundry. And so Clean Kids will be, or is, a laundry facility in our church, in an education room where we'll have 3 washers, 3 dryers, and families or individuals. There's 750 homeless kids in the North Thurston school district, and 66 of them, these are just the current numbers, are unaccompanied. They're like throwaway kids. Nobody works with them to help them get to school, through school, but they do it anyway. So this is in our church a place where they can come do their laundry in private, quiet, and we will, if they're unaccompanied, part of our job will be to accompany them, just to let them know you are important to our community. Come and get your clothes clean so you can have, not worry about that to be educated. So thank you so much. This money will go right back to the community. It's a great thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eric. And we were not able to grant the total amount asked by any of these recipient groups. So if you or another group you know would like to contribute more, I know that these groups would appreciate that as well. Next, I'd like to ask, where's my next one? Fran Williams and Chandler Fry from the Child Care Action Council to come up, and they're going to tell you about raising a reader. making their way up here.
That's the hardest part.
And I'd also like to present you all with $500.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to receive this on behalf of the families that are part of Raising a Reader through the Child Care Action Council. What this is we serve over 1,300 families in 3 counties, and in Thurston County it's over 700, probably about 350 to 400 in Lacey alone. So what we do is we work with child care centers and family child care homes. And we provide a reading bag for them. Each family gets to take one home. And in the bag there are 4 different books. And weekly they bring it back to their child care center and get 4 new books. And we also educate parents on the importance of literacy and about cuddling and reading and talking. What we're finding is many families are so busy that they're not telling their stories anymore. They're not having time to sit and tell a story. So it's not necessarily the technique of actually reading word for word, but it's to love the story, to love hearing people talk. And we're losing some of that in our culture, I'm afraid to say. So the stories are read, sometimes word for word, sometimes the kids just pick out a book, read it upside down, and they're just sharing the love of literature. And then at the end of the year, they get a blue bag that they get to keep, and we go to the library, and they get a library card and pizza, and then hopefully they are readers for life. And Chandler Fry is going to be taking over the coordination, and today's his 2nd day, so he gets to come and say So thank you so much. It's really helping to buy the books and to get those into the hands of our parents and our providers. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Raising a Reader. Oh, thank you. And they already brought us a nice thank you note, which I'll give to President Gregg. Next is a dear friend of mine, and that's not why they got the grant. I just sort of forgot that she was on their board. But when I called and left a message with Friends of Nisqually, she was the member that said she could come to the luncheon today. So Kristen Stewart, would you please come up and tell us about the Field Guide Project? I told you we have all kinds of different needs that we're meeting here. Here is $500 from Lacey Rotary.
Thank you all very much. Friends of Nisqually does all kinds of things with kids. This particular amount is, I'm not very tall, is going to do field guides that kids use when they, in the classroom before they come out to the refuge, during their visit to the refuge, and then back in the classroom again, and the kids get to keep them. And last year, the Eyes on Nature program served 600 children, and the field guides cost $2.50 a piece. So we did 600 kids last year. We're hoping to do 700 this year. And in addition to that, we have, which has nothing to do with this, we are bringing out 1,000 kids from the 1st grade in the North Thurston School District to have field trips out at the refuge. So there's a huge need to get kids out into nature and to understand what's going on and their interactions with the animals and the plants and everything else. So we really appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Last but not least, the grand dame of Little Red Schoolhouse, Judy Kemeldorf. I've had the pleasure of working in Little Red Schoolhouse for several years, which is at Camachin. So Judy, come on up, and her check is in the mail, so I don't have a check to give you.
Like I believe that.
I still would like her to tell you a little bit about the impact of this wonderful program.
I have 1 minute. Well, thank you for helping us serve the children of our county. This year we will have served 4,000 children. 2,900 came to our distribution day at Camachin, and now we have partnered with a lot of the homeschool advocates in the school district, and we are dispersing school supplies and backpacks to them. What does your $500 buy? It can buy 125 backpacks for children. It can buy 400 binders, 3-ring binders, which are new on the school supply. It can buy 370 pairs of boxer briefs for boys. So that gives you an example of what that money means to us and the 4,000 children we serve. It's a big family, and it's hard to acquire that kind of stuff. So we give each child a backpack, school supplies, gently used coat or fleece or hoodie, and underwear and socks. So we appreciate all the help that you've given us over the years, and we invite you to come on that third Thursday in August. We will be at Camachin again this year. I guess that check is in the mail too, or maybe that's in the mail. So thank you again, and we really appreciate your support. Thank you.
And last year, the Educational Needs Committee also supported the Boys and Girls Club together. Lacey Loves to Read, Reach Out and Read, and it's the City Parks and Recreation. Next, I would like to have Sherwin Kotler to come up. Sherwin chairs the Community Needs Committee of our community service program.
So a quote from Gandhi is, "Be the change you want to see in the world." One of the nice things from the Duck Dash is that we get to be the change that we want to see in the world, both from the Community Needs Committee and these other committees. So the Community Needs Committee gets about $10,000 to $12,000. This next year we get $13,500 to distribute. In the last couple of years, let me just go over some of the organizations that we have given money to. Behavioral Health Resources, Boys and Girls Club, Catholic Community Services, Community Youth Services, GRUB, Mental Health Access Program, Olympia Free Clinic, Safe Place, Thurston County Food Bank, which we did recently for Food for Children, Thurston County Crisis Clinic, Union Gospel Mission. So many of the organizations in this community, one of the changes that we've made as part of the Community Needs Committee is that we ask people to write to us and say what is it that they want the money for and how much money they want. So we're trying to be more specific with that. So it is a pleasure to be part of this committee, and one of the recent requests that we had was from the Boys and Girls Club, where a piece of equipment, a garage door broke, or the big door broke, and so the Community Needs Committee is making a donation of $3,300 to get that repaired. So Mike is here to get the check for that, so I'm going to invite Mike up to say a word or two about this donation and the Boys and Girls Club.
1 minute. Now it's 50 seconds. So, as you guys all know, that Lacey Rotary has been just tremendously gracious to the Lacey Boys and Girls Club, and so this is just another facility upgrade for us. You guys did the wall for us years back, and this garage door in a very, very hot summer this summer. Having that open garage door functional was very, very much critical to just the comfort of the teens that are in that part of that facility. So I know they thank you, as well as we just thank you for everything that you guys do, and I can't say enough how much Lacey Rotary has been just integral to serving the kids in Thurston County, and specifically the Boys and Girls Club. And a special thanks to the committee, and also specifically with Dan and Mary Weiss and Bill McGregor for helping champion that cause as well. We really appreciate it, so thank you very much.
So before I step down, could I ask the people on the Community Needs Committee to stand, please? I'd like you to just see some of the people that are in this club that donate their time and make this happen. And I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sherwin. Thank you, Kathy and Courtney, for coming up here and giving that presentation. We wanted, as Kathy said, to kind of close the loop, so you not only understand a little bit about the Duck Dash and the club and what we're up to, but where the money actually goes. And thanks to you folks that are here and the other members, and I don't want to diminish those that were below $500 in contribution. Everything helped, and there were a bunch of them down there. But thanks to all of you, we were able to, we're going to be able to, in this fiscal year, when we go essentially July to June, we're going to be able to gift back to the community $60,000 in total. Right. Thank you very much. One of the things I wanted to suggest to all of our Rotarian members is that you've got to meet some of these folks and you know some of your own. Please take the effort in subsequent months and years to patronize their organizations. If you give to us, we need to turn around and do business with those that are in business. Please do that. Again, our effort today was to, we reached out several times and we've said thank you, but we wanted to do it a little bit different and say in person thank you to all of you folks that are sponsors. We really mean it from the bottom of our heart. We just couldn't do this without your support, so thank you kindly. Give them all a round of applause.